Hello. Hi, sir. Hello, guys. I hope we're live. And sorry for the glitch, and there's a slight 10-minute delay. So here with me, I have Dr. Ankit as well as Dr. Mamta. So we are going to give you a brief orientation about the second prof classes which are going to start from tomorrow, right? So we have got lots of queries. I've been answering quite a few of them, and there are a few more queries I'm sure you'll have. We'll definitely take all your queries. Before that, we'll have a brief introduction about what to do for the second year subjects. Let me start with Dr. Ankit. He is going to give a perspective of how best to read pharmacology in your second prof, and along with his brief introduction as well. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I am Dr. Ankit. So I am MBBS, MD, and DM in pharmacology. So I will be guiding you all that how to approach such a beautiful subject, such a philosophical subject that you will really love. And I hope it would become one of your best subject among 19. And how to approach, remember, you have 5 friends actually in your life, and their name starts from W. W means what. The first W is what, why, who, when, and all these W's are your best friend. Whenever we will be reading any topic in pharmacology, we will be using our friends. That any topic, we have to ask questions. We have to learn any concept philosophically, because first time you will be approaching such a beautiful subject, and make sure that you will love it.
That's great. Very short introduction on how the questions are going to lead us to more answers and more learning. Over to you, Mamta. What is the best way to approach microbiology? Because second year students are eager to learn, and micro is something which is thought to be more of memory. I have to remember lots of organisms, and every year new organisms keep coming. Some cause pandemic, some might not, but still new organisms keep coming. Like how to remember them and how to ace the second year.
Thank you, Dr. Ranjit. Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Mamta Java, your microbiology faculty. I think the unpopular opinion about my subject is that it is all about rote learning and a lot of memorizing. But guys, you have to learn facts not just in micro, but in all the 19 subjects. But unfortunately, my subject gets to have the music that it is all about rote learning, which I would want to disprove through my videos on the PW MedED app. Micro, I think I was destined to become a microbiologist. The microorganisms, while doing my MD, I've inculcated so many life lessons, and I keep relating stuff happening around me to microorganisms. And as Ankit sir also rightly said about his subject, even I would apply the same theory to my subject also. It is also a lot of, I would say, I wouldn't use the word philosophical, but I would say very, very spiritual. So I keep you will see me giving you a lot of pep talks during the lectures, but all of them are going to be they're going to pertain to the microorganisms I'm talking about. So it's not like you will feel that time is being wasted because ma'am is talking off the topic stuff. Not at all. I have tried to make the lectures interactive, even though they are recorded on the app. I keep asking questions during the lectures, and there's just like when we are born, our parents usually consult some panditji, or they Google about some nice name for their son or daughter. Similarly, there's a story behind every microorganism's name also. And trust you me, microbiology is a lot more than rote learning and memorizing. Which, by the way, for any competitive exam, you do have to remember stuff, right? There are some facts which you have to remember. There's no escape from that. But micro is so very conceptual, and especially immunology. Immunology, I am sure most of you would agree with me that it's conceptual. But even bacteriology, parasitology, all of them have so much of logic and reasoning behind them, which I have tried my level best to incorporate in my videos, and eagerly waiting for feedback from the students about the work we have done.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mamta. I hope the students will be definitely able to learn the meaning, and I'm sure they'll be eager to learn why the organisms are named so, right? So coming back to Path, I always feel one thing, medicine is not learned from textbook. Medicine is learned from surroundings. You guys have lived your life for 19, 20 years, and that's more than enough knowledge of medicine what you have. The thing what is lacking is I'm not able to relate that to medical science. There are multiple instances your mom would have told you, and everything is science behind it. Don't go out in the sun, you'll become dark. There's a science behind it. Your mom would have told you, or your dad would have told you, don't prick the pimple, it'll have a scar. There's a science behind it. So we're going to take out bits and pieces of your life and incorporate into Robbins. How many of you guys don't like Robbins? Can you put on the comment box that it's very huge for me to learn? So it's very, very difficult for me to learn. There are quite a few students who have said Robbins is very difficult for me. Should I go for it? So I would say that Robbins is the ultimate goal. So what we are going to learn in our lectures is using real life facts, real life analogies, and making them scientific so that it's not just a fact. It's not just mnemonic. You lived your life. I'm going to relate that. You must have seen lots of serials, your House MD, your Doctor House, everything, whatever you see, the Good Doctor or your Grey's Anatomy. We'll take every bits and piece what you already have and make it into beautiful scientific pathological science, right? And when you learn pathology, when you learn pharmacology, when you learn microbiology, you're close to done half of the medicine surgery as well, right? So because they are the subject is going to link you a lot to the clinical core subjects. So I hope you guys will enjoy. And this live batch, so quite a few students have asked why the live batch. There are a few students asking, should I go for the recorder live? It's based on your comfort. If you are a person who feels that I need a schedule, I need to come and sit in a place every day, I have to have someone teaching me, live is the best option for you. If you miss some time, yeah, you'll definitely have the recorded part of the live also to just join back. And I would say that whenever you have a peer, a student of your friend of yours asking you a question in the live class, you will be even more motivated to listen there. Because with recorded lecture, we use the human touch. We have lost human touch in many things, and we're not going to lose in teaching, right? So we'll be there constantly for 6 days a week, and the schedule will be there in the live session. It's already uploaded, so you can have a look at them, and it'll definitely be able to help all your queries and answers in the live batch. Fine. So, Ankita, over to you. One question: what is the best way a student can manage the time? Because one of the important problems here is they have a college to take care of. They have their routine use in college. They also have to learn, sit for the live classes, and they also have to practice MCQs. They have to learn, and they have internals, they have practicals, many things, right? So what do you think, what will be your advice to manage time amongst all of them?
Yes, sir. If we compare with other streams, non-medical streams, our medical stream is a little bit complicated actually. We say that our college ends at 5, but actually our revision starts after 5 p.m. only. So remember, both things are important. Your college is important. Plus, after coming back from college, you are in your hostel or at your house. Again, revision is very important. Remember, in medical line, if you'll be here in MBBS for 5 years, remember, you have to create a balance between theory and practical. It could be any subject. It could be clinical or non-clinical, paraclinical subject. See, remember the theory part. We will be here to take care of it. And trust me, you will be best in theory. Just from tomorrow, we are going to have our class started. So theory part is taken care of. But yes, you have to attend your colleges also regularly. The reason is there are a lot of practical things. And you have to, I think now, sir, in second year, the clinical postings have also been started. So the point is, when, let's say, take an example, you are reading pharmacology and I am teaching you how to write a prescription. Now, when you will go to your OPD or a clinical posting, you will see a prescription. So that theory part which you have revised, you have to apply practically, because sooner you will be becoming a doctor and you have to do more of a practical stuff. But before you can do a good practical stuff or to be a good successful doctor, your base should be very strong. Your foundation should be strong. You should be theoretically very sound. Remember, go to the college, enjoy, cherish every moment, learn at best you can, come back, take a nap, take a rest, and sit with us for 2 hours, 7 to 9. And I'm telling you, you will go into another world of theory now. We will make you imagine up things. You will imagine things which you will be applying practically in your real life. So this combination will be, in pharma, we call it as synergistic combination. 1 + 1 is equal to 3. It will become.
So, over to you, Mamta, like what will be the best time management for a student who is in second prof? Like how can they manage time along with the studies and the classes?
I think after your college hours, come back, rest well, and just try to rejuvenate by watching some whatever you like. Have a cup of coffee, and then join us in the live classes with an open mind, without any preconceived notions. And I would highly suggest all of you to make your own notes. Use color pens while making your notes in the class. Be interactive, ask us doubts. And one thing I would want to highly emphasize over here is, do not be hesitant at all in asking any doubts. No doubt is small, no doubt is stupid. Your one so-called stupid doubt can cost you your rank, okay, can cost you your gold medal. So we are there for you. Whatever doubts you have, you are free to ask those doubts in the class. And I would say, try to maintain a balance between your personal life, your family life. Everything is important, guys, not just studies. And this I'm telling you this from my own personal hard experience. I was a nerd, a hardcore nerd, which I actually regret today. So I pass on that message to my friends, and I mean my juniors. You are much junior to me, so I think I was total bookworm, which I today regret. So I would tell all my students to keep a balance. See, every birthdays are important, anniversaries are important, talking to your parents is important, fighting with your siblings is also important. Otherwise, as you grow old, you would realize that you have missed out on all this important stuff. And try to do well in studies. Of course, we feel nice about ourselves if we score well, but even if suppose we score a little less, that is also okay, because ultimately it's going to be at the end of the day just a piece of paper, I mean your mark sheet. Not to say that, I mean, again, don't take it the wrong way. Marks are okay, but they're not everything. You should not judge yourself, or you should not be very harsh on yourself, even if suppose you get 5 or 6 or 10 marks less than your friends. That's okay. So please try to strike a balance. Life is not just about books, it's not just about patho, micro, or pharma. Your family is also very important. The only constant in life is families. Okay, so try to maintain a balance. Sab kuch important hota hai.
Okay, thank you, Mamta, for that insight. Like, I would say that the best way to manage time, like what Dr. Ankit started, medicine is not an easy one, right? We have to accept, we have to get into the fact that yes, I am going to be a very important person for the future of medicine of my entire country and the world. So yes, I have to burn the extra midnight oil to become the best version of what you can be, right? So the best way to learn path, micro, and pharma is you have a perfect blend of clinical experience and theoretical experience. In the morning, you'll go to college. Let's say you see a diabetic foot. From Dr. Ankit's lecture, you can look at the anti-glycemic drugs. You can look at the pathogenesis from me. The organisms, what diabetes can be prone to, you can look from microbiology. So it's more of an integrated learning. The best time to learn is in second year because you're fresh and you're eager to learn. See, when you come to final year, you have a pressure of I have to give the exams, I have to pass. And then second year, you're just fresh. You'll have lots of doubts. You'll have doubts like why it's neoplasia called a neoplasia. Why is this drug called so? We'll try to explain it. Even if you have doubts, any doubts, do ask us. So the eagerness in you and the amount of little bit of extra time what you have in you will be the best combination for you to ace anything. Definitely path, pharmacology, and microbiology for sure. Fine. So the next question to Ankit says like they have university exams and they might be writing the next exam. So what difference in approach should they have for university exam and the next exam, keeping next exam in perspective?
See, I won't say that, sir, कि ये दोनों चीजें, these both things are different from each other. No. Remember, when you are appearing for next exam, you are trying to solve an MCQ. Remember, you don't know yes or your answer is never in yes or no. You think you have a concept, and on that basis of concept or your story you have made in your life regarding that concept, using that concept, you answer a question in next or NEET PG exam. Now, the point is, when you will make that concept, this is the second year time when you make a story in your mind, you make a concept about that topic. And later on, after 3 years of your hard work, you will be using this concept in a more refined way. and you will be clearing your NEET PG or next exam with flying colors. Agree? Remember, right now in second year, you are a newborn child. You have curiosity for everything. Whatever you see around you, you have curiosity around it. But when you will become an intern or a post-intern, when you appear for your exam, you are a mature and a grown adult. Out of a sea of an information you have, you will be able to take out the things which are important for you. Right now, you are making a building, let's say you are making a big building. Right now, we are building a base. With this base, you should have theoretical knowledge. You should have conceptual knowledge. You should have writing skills, right? Writing an essay is also very important right now here, because when we write, we learn. Later on, you will use these same notes, and from this same notes, you can appear for any exam. Probably you are going for NEET PG, any other exam you want. These notes will help you to crack that exam also.
Thank you, sir. Mamta, what is your advice to these students? Like, how should they have a difference? Do they need a different approach for university exam and next exam? Or what is your take on that?
I think the basics about any subject are going to be the same. Like Staphylococcus aureus is gram-positive coccus in clusters, grape-like clusters. That is going to be unchanged. The only thing you should keep in mind about whatever you are aspiring for is the pattern of that very exam. Like, for example, if you are about to appear for your university exams, make sure that you go through the questions of your university, of your college or university, past 3 to 5 years papers, and make sure you do those questions well. You should have a methodical approach in answer writing. If suppose they ask you steps of Gram-Stein, so it should be clear in your mind. You have to write your answer in headings and all, draw diagrams. मतलब लिखो कम, draw ज़्यादा करो. That will fetch you more marks. ये I think I talked about this in the panel discussion also. When this vertical was launched by PW. Okay, so आप क्या aim कर रहे हो, आपका aim क्या है, वो directed approach होनी चाहिए. University exam के लिए go through your question papers and answer लिखने की it's an art, वो आनी चाहिए. Likewise, अब next exam है तो see, next exam, even though the entire pattern is out, you know the marks distribution and all, let them come out with a model question paper. Of course, as I said, now you have to, as everybody is running after clinical vignettes, so you have to solve more questions. Let them reveal the model question paper, and let's say they have got more questions, more clinical based questions, so your aim should be to solve more questions like that. But again, I would emphasize over here the same thing. Your basics, if you don't know ABC, you cannot write an essay in English. So your basics are supposed to be very, very strong. For solving, like for my subject, for solving clinical vignettes also, you cannot escape the lists of catalase positive organisms, oxidase positive organism, which is gram positive, which is gram negative. And all of this, if you have been seeing our YouTube sessions on the PW YouTube channel, whether it was my FMG session or the previous 2 sessions I took where we discussed MCQs, there were so many questions I could easily rule out 2 or more options just on the basis of which organism is gram positive, which is not motile, which is catalase negative, like that. So my point is, irrespective of whether it is next exam, it is NEET exam or FMG or whatever, the basics of a subject are not going to change. Whatever exam you are aspiring for, you just have to solve more questions of that exam. अगर आपको अभी जैसे INICET देना है, yes, there are some specific topics, like for example, INICET will be set by AIMS people, and they have a soft corner for immunology, parasitology, and now they are, they have a more, they're tilting towards parasitology also. Mycology also. They asked about black fungus, I remember 1.5 years back, and some atypical question they asked in the previous exam. So you should know these things about different exams. If you're aspiring for INICET, solve the previous 3 years paper. उससे कुछ बदलेगा. Staphylococcus aureus है, आपको जो पढ़ना है, golden yellow colonies आती हैं, वो तो पता होना ही चाहिए ना. तो basics कहीं नहीं बदलते, तो don't fret or stress too much about next right now. Let them reveal a model question paper which will give us, the educators, an idea about what kind of questions we should formulate for all of you to practice. तो अभी बस आराम से शांति से पढ़ना है, classes attend करनी है. अभी बस just attend the classes just for the love of the subject. अभी जैसे डॉक्टर रंजित ने पहले भी बोला था कि आपको ऐसे देखना है कि आप अपने पेशेंट को ट्रीट कर रहे हो, आपको स्कोर करने के लिए, नंबर लाने के लिए नहीं पढ़ना है, वो एक सेकेंडरी गोल है। प्राइमरी गोल क्या है? आपको, यू आर गोइंग टू प्ले विद लाइव्स, लाइक लिटरली यू आर गोइंग टू प्ले विद लाइव्स, तो यू हैव अ बिग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑन योर शोल्डर्स। तो उसी पूरी अच्छी ऑनेस्ट इंटेंशन के साथ चीजें सीखो, पैथोजेनेसिस सीखो। जिसने पैथोलॉजी मास्टर कर ली, that student won't have any problem in medicine and final year. Patho is such an important subject. Pharmacology is so very important. जो साइड इफेक्ट्स वगैरह आते हैं, आपका कल पेशेंट आएगा तो आपको नॉलेज होनी चाहिए ना कि ये कॉन्ट्राइंडिकेटेड है या ये नहीं है, वगैरह वगैरह। माइक्रो ऑफ कोर्स, जब तक हम हैं, जब तक हम जिंदा हैं, तब तक माइक्रोब्स भी रहेंगे। एक पैंडेमिक ने पूरी दुनिया में गदर मचा दिया है, तो आई कैन नॉट टॉक, आई मीन द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ माइक्रो ऑल्सो कैन नॉट बी ओवर एम्फेसाइज्ड। सो अभी इन अ नटशेल आई वुड जस्ट वांट टू से, बस अभी पूरी ऑनेस्टी के साथ आप सिर्फ क्लासेस अटेंड करो, पढ़ते रहो, और जो एग्जाम देना होगा उसके बस क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करते रहो और निकल जाएगा एग्जाम।
Okay, great. Thank you, Mamta, for the elaborate discussion. The way to approach university exam versus next exam, in my perspective, is for a next exam, you need not know everything line by line. You know the concepts. You are able to click a question. You are able to think faster. That's enough for a next exam or any competitive exam for the matter. For a university exam, you need to write. You need to love to write. You need to write pages. That's what my seniors would have told me. Like, fill 50 pages, you will pass. I am sure quite a few of the seniors must have given you the same thought, like fill pages, you will pass, right? So there are two different things. Ultimately, what I'm having is pathology is same. So if I'm able to write, you'll clear the university exam. If you're able to write beautifully, you may clear with distinction or honors. But for a next or any competitive exam, we will help you to develop the analytical skill. Like what Dr. Ankit said, that when you start asking questions is when your analytical skill develops. You keep on asking questions. I know that, okay, if this is the question, the diagnosis goes here. If this is the answer, the diagnosis goes here, right? So analytical skill is very, very important in solving an MCQ based exam, any exam, whatever it may be. And that also will help you in the live lectures when we'll add few questions in between, because for university also, I think that most of the papers have minimum 20 MCQs to solve, right? So that will definitely will be covered in the live batches. And I hope when next comes, we'll ace that also in flying colors, right? Dr. Ankit, one question to you, do you think the students should start solving MCQs from now, or should they do it later? Like doing early MCQ answering, will it help them in the future? What's your thought on that?
So the earlier the better is. It is not because you will remember that solving MCQ after 5 years, but it will make you, sir, comfortable actually. There's one benefit of solving MCQ right now here. Remember, solving an MCQ needs information, that we all agree, but sometimes solving is an art also. Sometimes we don't know the answer, but still we can go for the correct answer. And this comes with practice. Right now in second year, I would suggest, don't go very harsh on yourself on solving MCQ, but at least start, so that you have an idea that what kind of question it comes. What happens, sir, normally we read a concept, but when we solve an MCQ, we have to apply our whole concept in a single answer. That helps you to think and to analyze everything in your mind. So it is nothing, it is just to train your mind for the next 4 years, so that later on you can appear for a good MD or MS course. And at that time, it will not be difficult for you to solve so many MCQ. You will already be trained and you will be already be comfortable with solving MCQs. But yes, right now in second year, I would rather say create a balance. If you would have been an intern, then I would have told you solve more of MCQ. Why? Because you have already read a thing once or twice. Right now you are reading for the first time. Read thoroughly, properly, solve few MCQ, which is already provided with the lectures in the app, and go very easy on yourself. Read, and double the time of that reading, think about it. Because when you think about any topic which you have just read, your revision, your analytical skills, your problem solving capability, your question answering capability, the alternative scenarios which can happen, which probably a teacher has not taught you, you yourself will solve. So you're mute.
Sorry. Thank you, sir. Manasi, coming back to question, like why there's no resolve option. Resolve option is there, but I would say that in a MCQ, the Q bank, I would say keep it as such, because when you revise, you'll know what errors you made. So that will help you to fine tune, okay, I read pathology, but I had made more errors in the RBC chapter or in the lymphoma part. So that's the utility of a QBank. You have test series to learn from these mistakes and then apply to that. So both of them have two different utilities. That's why it's not there available, and we'll definitely look at it. Fine. Sir, one more question to you from one of our students. How do I complete KDT? Should I read every drug?
Yeah. Remember, first point is KDT is your companion book. It is not a book that it is mandatory to read full KDT. And I will tell you honestly, even if you will try and you dare to read a KDT full, you will not remember a single bit. The reason is, first we have to make concepts. Conceptual wise, it is very difficult to read KDT. Okay. Second thing is, MCQ questions nowadays are not coming from KDT. They are rather coming from Goodman and Gilman. And last month, a new edition of Goodman and Gilman came, 14th edition. That is why we are somehow changing and updating our notes also, because of that reason also. Because we got a new edition, many new drugs, many new indications also entered, which was not given. Remember, read your notes only. And if you don't understand anything, you can refer back to KDT. You can ask us, any of our faculty. Okay, you can post your query on the group. Probably some other student, before I can answer, one of your colleague will answer it and make it better, easily understandable for you. Right now, no need of reading through whole KDT. No, nobody will be asking you. But buy that book. That is very important, so that you should feel that you have entered into the second year. Keep that book. Just read it like a novel. But notes are more important than KDT for pharmacology. That I can assure you.
Thank you, sir. Disha, the entire pathology lectures have been uploaded. Like whatever is must know is required for the exam. Whatever is good to know and oriented towards your NMC CBME pattern, that will what we'll be covering in the live batches, which will be starting from tomorrow. Fine. Mamta, what is your take on solving MCQs? Should they go early or should they wait? Or early solving MCQs, will it help in acing the exam better?
I personally feel that the earlier you start for something, the better it is. So my personal opinion on this is that, let's say you have read bacterial cell anatomy. There are 3 lectures on bacterial cell anatomy or structure, which is, by the way, a very, very important topic. It lays the foundation of your bacteriology. Okay? And suppose you have watched the lectures. Now to assess how much you have retained, you can solve the MCQs on that very topic. It won't take much time. So slow and steady wins the race. Boon boon se ghada bharta hai. So if suppose the question bank has been curated in such a way that you get questions from different topics. So side by side agar aap karo to acha hai, aur ye jaldi se MCQ answering is an art. I have seen students who are very good in writing theory answers, but they don't get MCQs right, and vice versa. That also happens. Okay? That's why I keep saying don't judge somebody just on the basis of marks they get. Marks is a different ball game altogether. Marks, I sometimes feel it is one has to be very manipulative to get good marks. That's just a joke. Not for everybody it applies. But what I'm trying to say is, the earlier you start, the better. और साथ करो MCQs, तो उससे आपको जल्दी सीखने को मिलेगा कि options कैसे rule out करते हो, and you will be able to again assess कि आपने जो वीडियो देखा है कितना आप retain कर पाते हो, कितना याद रहता है, just to test yourself.
Okay, thank you, Mamta. Mehul's question is, can we write a university exam reading the notes? See, if you are a second prof student, I would say live lectures will be the best way. You can learn more to attend all the university exam questions, because we have almost similar number of hours allocated by the NMC in each subject, which will be covered in the live lecture starting from tomorrow till October 31st, right? And what's the salary of anesthesiologist? Shivam, we will definitely ask Vinisha to join the discussion sometime down the road, and you can know from anesthetist and an intensivist what is the salary he is getting, if he's personally willing to share about it. Fine. Okay, so the next question here, like I am also aligned with the same fact, like early you start, you will definitely have a better hold on understanding the concept and the application. You make more errors you make, more better you become. That's what. So if you start solving the MCQs, let's say around final year or internship, the chance of making errors is less. You might make them in exams. So start from now. Make errors in second year, don't repeat them in third year, make new errors. So that by when the time when you go to the exam, all the errors are already done, so that I'll have a better scoring opportunity. Right. Next thing, sir, Ankita, to you, what is the roadmap of the course? Like what a student should do, what a student should do, not to do or should do before attending the live class? Should they read and come? Should they prepare and come? What do you advise the best way to use these live lectures for the upcoming university exams?
First I'll tell you the lectures will be for 2 hours. We are planning 7 to 9 p.m. and tomorrow probably I am having the first lecture also. It is not important that you come, you have read it before or not read it before. That's fine. What is more important is that you have emptied your mind before attending any of our lecture. Remember, if something is empty, only then we can fill it. Okay. So first, empty mind always has one advantage. The advantage is that you can think in any perspective. Probably I will be teaching you a concept. Probably I will be wrong also in teaching something, which probably I have not thought about it. You will be my guiding teachers at that time. Sir, ये भी तो हो सकता है. Sir, ऐसा क्यों नहीं हुआ? So remember, बिल्कुल खाली दिमाग से आना है. Remember, it is not ignorant. खाली दिमाग doesn't mean you are ignorant. खाली दिमाग means you are curious to learn things. Now, if somehow you have already read, the second part is if you have already read a topic earlier and then we are having a lecture, it's good that you read your notes before, if possible, and then attend my lecture. The reason is it will help you solidify concepts. Plus, you can add some additional points, which I will be telling you in the lectures, in your existing notes also. So if you have read something earlier, you are reading it again, you are having double, 2 times revision, and less chances you will forget these things later on. But don't worry about it. If you have not read, still attending the class is fine. Attending a class regularly, not missing it, is more important than before we are coming reading or not. Okay? Attend करना ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. और अटेंड करोगे बहुत मजा आएगा. शुरुआत में कंफ्यूजन लगेगी थोड़ी सी, कहाँ बैठ गए, अभी तो पहली बार हम सेकेंड ईयर में आए हैं, हमारा हनीमून पीरियड स्टार्ट हुआ है, पहली बार लाइफ में टाइम मिला एंजॉय करने का. ठीक है यार, बिल्कुल करना है एंजॉय, बट दिन में यू हैव टू जस्ट टेक आउट 2 hours and you have to enjoy those 2 hours. Okay.
Thank you, sir. There are a few queries I'll attend before going to Mamta. Like, Kotesh, the reason for having a timer for the question bank is the timer is set for around 45 to 50 seconds. In a real exam, you'll only have that much time to solve a question. I know that you are in a very early phase of your career. So this timer will put a little bit of pressure on you so that you will get aligned to the exam which you're going to face 2 years down the road. So you start to think faster. And we can remove that, but the reason we kept that is you start to think faster, you come into a certain limit. Okay, I have to solve it in 50 seconds, you will solve it. So that the time management is also taken care of while solving the Q bank itself. That's the purpose of the timer. We'll definitely look into it. Shivam, FMGE is a qualifying exam for foreign graduates to come and practice in our country. USMLE is a qualifying exam for Indian graduates to go and practice in foreign. That's the easiest difference between these two exams. Hard copy notes, Mehul will definitely let you know. Maybe in some time, because since we are working hard on the soft copy one, the errors, once they're complete checked and they're proofread by the faculties, hard copy will be there in no time. Fine. Okay. Over to you, Mamta. Like, what do you think will be the right way or the roadmap for a student to sit for the microbiology class and how they can utilize the best time out of it?
Okay. First and foremost, bring at least 3 to 4 color pens for making notes. I'll be using a lot of colors and a lot of diagrams. And I would want my students to make picture memory by virtue of the notes they are going to make during the class. And after you attend any class, be it patho, micropharma, whatever it is, make sure before going to bed, just flip through the pages. No matter how tired you are, just like don't try to memorize anything. Just like, when you are reading newspaper or magazine, you don't ratify, you don't memorize anything, nothing. Just passive reading. You can maybe go through the notes with some background music also. That is also fine. and you will surprise, I mean, it will surprise you to know, I mean, when you will notice that this simple act of passive reading before going to bed actually helps you retain at least 30 to 40% stuff just like that. Okay. The next day, get up early, a bit early, 1 to 1.5 hours you should devote in reading the notes of the previous class. ये मेहनत आपको करनी पड़ेगी, because unless and until you do this kind of, you put in this hard work, you won't be able to utilize these classes well. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि suppose today you are attending a lecture of mine and you are just postponing it for the postponing the revision for 1 week or 10 days. That quite frankly speaking is going to be a total waste. Okay, so if we are putting in efforts, we would want the students also to put in their effort in the form of revising the lecture at least next day early morning, and just going through the notes passively before going to bed. Okay, whatever, see, human brain tends to forget 50% of the stuff after 24 hours. ऐसे होता है, it's a fact. Okay, and nobody has got photographic memory, so you have to keep revising the stuff. तो revision का मतलब ये होता है revisit करना, बार बार देखना. ठीक है, the more you revise, every time you revise a topic, you will notice that you will be taking lesser amount of time every time you are doing a topic. So whatever you have read, whatever classes you have attended during the entire week, okay, 2 classes each of patho, micro, pharma, Sunday को थोड़ा time रखो. If you're not able to revise fully, that is okay. Whatever you are able to revise comfortably, you do that, and the remaining thing you can cover in the first 2-3 days of the next week. तो पूरे हफ्ते में जो पढ़ रहे हो, जो भी पूरा वीकली आपकी जो टॉपिक्स कवर हो रहे हैं, उसको मेक श्योर आप वीकेंड पे रिवाइज करो. और जो पूरे महीने में whatever topics you have attended, classes you have attended throughout the month, मेक श्योर आप मंथ एंड पे उसको रिवाइज करो. तो ऐसे रिपीटेड, शुरू में ऐसे लगेगा कि इट इज टेकिंग सो मच ऑफ टाइम, बट ट्रस्ट यू मी, एज जितना आप इसको कंसिस्टेंटली और डिसिप्लिन के साथ करोगे ना, तो साथ साथ एवरी टाइम आपको टाइम कम लगेगा. अगर सपोज बैक्टीरियल सेल एनाटॉमी को फर्स्ट टाइम रिवाइज करने में 1 घंटा लगा, मतलब पूरा 1 घंटा लग गया, सेकंड टाइम इफ यू रिवाइज उसको मे बी 45 मिनट्स लगे, 40 मिनट्स लगे, और थर्ड टाइम करोगे तो लगेगा कि यार मुझे ये भी आता है, ये तो आता है, अच्छा ये मैं भूल गया, ये ओके, दिस आई फॉरगॉट, लेट मी गो थ्रू दिस वंस अगेन. आई कुड नॉट रिकॉल लाइपोपॉलीसैकेराइड का स्ट्रक्चर व्हिच वाज सोमैटिक एंटीजन, अदर थिंग्स आई नो, टिकोइक एसिड आई नो. सो यू विल बी एबल टू असेस कि आपको कितना आता है. ठीक है, एंड वन थिंग आई वुड वांट टू रियली एम्फसाइज अपॉन दिस, प्लीज डोंट कंपेयर योर लर्निंग विद योर फ्रेंड्स. Each of us has got our own learning curves. ठीक है, सबकी अपनी अपनी जर्नी होती है. I might take 1 hour to remember a topic. Dr. Ranjit might finish it off in 15 minutes, and Ankit sir might do it in 20 minutes. So that means maybe I'm a slow learner. So that is okay. I have to compete with myself. ठीक है, तो मुझे अपने आप से compete करना है कि मैं कितनी प्रोग्रेस कर रही हूँ. ठीक है ना, क्योंकि एग्जाम में मेरी हेल्प करने रंजित सर या अंकित सर नहीं आएंगे. एग्जाम में I'll be alone. So in those 3 hours I have to fight that battle alone. So don't be stressed over what topics your friends have covered कि उसने तो इतना कर लिया. एग्जाम से पहले ना we tend to ask our friends कि तेरा कितना हो गया, तेरा कितना हो गया. Even I used to do that. उससे ना टेंशन ही बिल्डअप होती है. टेंशन को रिलीव करने का एक ही तरीका है कि आपको पढ़ना है. ठीक है, तो अपने आप से ही अपनी कंपैरिजन करनी है. आपकी लड़ाई आपके खुद के साथ है, खुद के ही साथ है. और जितना ये माइंड में रखोगे ना, उतना फिर फोकस आपकी पढ़ाई पे ही होगा. क्योंकि बाकियों से कंपैरिजन करने में, कंपैरेटिव एवैल्यूएशन, ये सिर्फ ये पीएसएम की स्टडीज में अच्छी लगती हैं. यहाँ पे कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं करनी है आपको. तो यहाँ पे बस आप डिसिप्लिन के साथ पढ़ो, रोज पढ़ो. और जैसे मैं फिर से बोल रही हूँ, थोड़ी मेहनत लगेगी, कई बार लगेगा कि मतलब क्या कर रहे हैं, सुबह जल्दी उठ के क्यों रिवाइज कर रहे हैं, बट ये मेहनत नहीं करोगे ना तो फिर दिक्कत आएगी. बट एट द सेम टाइम आई ऑल्सो वुड वांट टू ऐड ओवर हियर कि बीच बीच में कभी आपको लगे ना कि यू आर सैचुरेटेड, यू आर, कुछ फ्रस्ट्रेशन सेट इन हो रही है, तो टेक अ ब्रेक. इट्स ओके, टेक अ ब्रेक. फोन को भी हम चार्ज करते हैं ना, कि बिकॉज एक टायर्ड माइंड इज नॉट गोइंग टू लीड यू एनीवेयर. जस्ट क्लोज ऑफ योर सेल्फ, शट डाउन योर फोन, सो जाओ या कहीं बाहर चले जाओ, ब्रेक ले लो. एक आधी क्लास मिस होती है तो कोई बात नहीं, रिकॉर्डेड देख लेना. लेकिन वही है कि बहुत ज्यादा लोड नहीं लेना है. पढ़ाई करनी है, हार्डवर्क करना है, लेकिन एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी ऑल आर ह्यूमंस. हम सबको ब्रेक चाहिए होती है. तो वो चीज का भी याद, मतलब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है याद रखना. बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस लेकर ना अपनी हेल्थ जेपरडाइज कर रहे हो और अपनी इंटरपर्सनल रिलेशनशिप, जैसे मैंने पहले भी कहा था, फैमिली वगैरह सब कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो बैलेंस बना के चलो. That's what I.
So there are a few comments like Blaze, please reinstall the app. I think that should be sorted, the entire phase thing. Kishore Kunal, you have 50% of MCQs getting right and how to improve it. If I remember, you're in second year. 50% of getting questions right in second year is amazing, right? So pat on your back first, you're good. So go and look at where you made mistakes so that you can increase your 50%. It's a memory error. You read it, you forgot it. So revision will take care of it. You're not able to understand it, then read the concepts. You'll be able to understand it. Or it's a very rare syndrome. Ignore it. You will anyway do that error in main exam also. Because I don't want 100% here. 80% you will be in the top rank for sure, right? Regarding the timing, we'll see to it. See, if there is a mess timing, it's an online class. Put the headphones on. Instead of watching an Instagram reel, watch Mamta Java making a mnemonic and a economic, right? So that will be the best thing to do, because since it's online, it's more comfortable for you. You can read wherever you want. We'll try to look at the timings because this timing was chosen based on most of the students' input. So we'll try to look at the timing, but like I said, it's an online class. You can definitely go and learn anytime you want. Hard copy will be there. We'll release it soon. Don't worry about it. Fine. And Sangmesh, first and second prof will definitely take care of it. We'll see if it's possible. Fine. The timing of lectures will be from 7 to 9. The schedule is there for you in the app already. If you go into the live lecture part, you'll have the schedule. And I think we'll be in the second of the session. There are just few points like, first of all, wish you all the very best. Take care of both your academics as well as the non-academic part. Both are important, like everyone has been emphasizing. And do come with a very open mind. We'll learn more things together. We'll learn in a way that we have never learned, looked at medicine. We'll try to change your perspective of medicine. If you're able to do that, believe me, we have built you confidence, which is not only enough for solving NEXT or NEET or FMGE, it's enough to take care of your whole medical career, right? So that's from me. And sir, any final words? And Mamta, any final words? Sir, over to you.
First, I would like to tell Mehul, even mess food is not very good. I know we all have mess food. So don't worry, you won't be sitting there for so long eating your food. You will be coming back very fast, attending your lectures back again. So don't worry about mess food. Second thing is, from tomorrow, we are starting something great, something new, something which we love from core of our heart, teaching live to the student. So we want that you should all attend and enjoy every bit of the moment. And we will try to make with our capability as much as possible that you would love reading medical science. Okay. So best wishes. कल मिलते हैं सारे. और 7 से 9 टाइम याद रखना है. Schedule will be uploaded and shared to you. Some students were having query. Okay. And in the lectures, I will be guiding you how to approach pharmacology. Similarly, sir and ma'am will also be guiding about their subject, how to approach each subject in more thorough way. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Mamta, any final words, like what's the take-home message for them, like how they can use the best of PW MedED?
I think this is a golden opportunity for all the budding medicos that they're going to, that these lectures are being launched by PW MedED, and we all are there for you. As Ankit sir rightly said, that teaching is the passion of all of us educators over here. The idea is to bring quality education to you at a very affordable price, and we all have worked really, really hard behind, in making the content that is being brought to you. So my request to you is, please attend the classes, and your feedback is more than welcome. And our aim is to help you transform into responsible, good doctors who can take care of their patients. And एक चीज मैं यही बोलूंगी कि आप पूरी ऑनेस्टी और मतलब सिंसियरिटी के साथ बस पढ़ाई करो. एंड ट्रस्ट यू मी गाइस, बीइंग अ स्टूडेंट लाइफ इज द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. आई फील बेस्ट पार्ट. पढ़ना लाइफ का सबसे इजी काम होता है, क्योंकि आगे आप जैसे प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में एंटर करते हो, देयर आर सो मेनी अप्स एंड डाउन्स, हाइज एंड लोज यू हैव टू गो थ्रू. उसके बाद लगता है कि यार जब हम स्कूल में थे या कॉलेज में थे ना, दैट वाज द बेस्ट टाइम, क्योंकि आपको बस सिर्फ पढ़ना होता है, सिर्फ पढ़ना होता है. तो ये जो फेज है ना लाइफ का, इट विल नेवर कम बैक. It is never going to come back. I still miss it. तो इसको अच्छे से यूटिलाइज करो, बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ो, पूरी ऑनेस्टी के साथ पढ़ो, और बहुत ज्यादा मार्क्स के पीछे ना टेंशन मत लो, क्रैक होगा नहीं होगा ये सब के बारे में मत सोचो। वो अपने आप, वो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी व्हाट टू से अ बाय प्रोडक्ट ऑफ योर ऑनेस्ट एंड सिंसियर एफर्ट्स। तो मैं यही बोलूंगी कि अपने बस एफर्ट्स लगाओ और बाकी सब बस भगवान पे छोड़ दो। एंड जस्ट इन केस कभी ये मन में थॉट आता है ना कि अगर मेरे नंबर कम आ जाएंगे या मेरा एग्जाम क्रैक नहीं होगा, अरे तो क्या हो जाएगा, मतलब बिग डील, इट्स ओके, लाइफ वहां पे एंड नहीं होती है। तो अगर इस अप्रोच से पढ़ोगे ना तो ऑटोमेटिकली तुम्हारा फोकस ज्यादा होगा, यू विल बी एबल टू रिटेन स्टफ बेटर, एंड देन यू विल बी, बिकॉज यू आर रिटेनिंग स्टफ बेटर, यू विल calm you'll be able to calm your nerves, तो ऑटोमेटिकली परफॉर्मेंस बेटर ही होगी। तो अपने आप को यही बोलना है, और कुछ नहीं बिगड़ने वाला, लाइफ बहुत बड़ी होती है। तो एक आधा कुछ नंबर कम आ गए या कोई एग्जाम नहीं भी क्रैक हुआ, ठीक है, ये मैं डिमोटिवेट करने के लिए नहीं बोल रही हूँ, मैं बहुत प्रैक्टिकल बात बोल रही हूँ। दिस इज वेरी वेरी प्रैक्टिकल, लाइफ इज मच बिगर देन एनी प्रॉफ एग्जाम और एनी नीट पीजी FMGE एटसेट्रा। तो अगेन अपने आप को जज मत करो, बस अभी एक ही फोकस होना चाहिए कि आपको नॉलेज गेन करनी है और ये स्टूडेंट लाइफ में अपना बेस्ट देना है। ट्राई टू इम्बाइब एज मच नॉलेज एज यू कैन, और आगे फिर एवरीथिंग विल फॉल इन प्लेस। चाहे वो आपका एग्जाम है या आपकी इवन इट विल आपकी जो पर्सनल लाइफ वगैरह है, वो भी सब एकदम पूरा बैलेंस बना के अपने आप सब कुछ हो जाएगा। बस अपने एफर्ट्स को सिंसियर रखो, दैट्स ऑल आई वुड वांट टू से।
Thank you, Mamta. Disha, we will try to incorporate some amount of FMT and PSM possible, or we'll take in the live classes. This subscription of second year will be for the university exams, what you're giving, which will be Path, Pharmacology, and Microbiology, right? And the class schedule is there on the app in the live batch session. The timings will be from 7 to 9. The soft copy of the notes will be being proofread, and it will be uploaded very soon. Hard copy notes, I'll just let you know soon when it will be available for us. Once we are done with the soft copy, it will be available for you for sure. So we are winding up the session. So thanks everyone for your valuable time. And I'm sure you must have had few comments which we have not able to answer. If you have missed it, please comment on the comment box. I'll definitely make sure at least one of them will be replying to all of the queries. Fine. So thank you for your time. Thank you, Mamta, and thank you, Ankit sir, for your valuable time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ranjit. Thank you, Dr. Ankit.
Thank you.